Resources, inspiring interviews, business practices, and practical advice to take your art career to the next level. Join Sergio Gomez in today's Artist Next Level and get ready to take control of your career.
Well, hello, my next level friend. Welcome back to another episode of the Artist Next Level podcast. I am very happy, very excited to be here with you once again. I took a vacation. I went to Puerto Rico and I had such an amazing time with my family, and I needed a time to recharge, refresh my mind, my body, my soul. So I'm back again. I'm back, and I'm not only back, but I'm also super excited, super energized, and ready to help you out, continue bringing you great value, great support for your art career. I hope that so far you have enjoyed the previous episodes where I've been sharing my interviews with artists from around the world as we have all gone through the lockdown and the pandemic and everything that's happening in the world. Well, as I'm back, I want to continue bringing you other ideas, other things, a variety of episodes, not only interviews. And today, I want to share with you something super special. I want to share with you a webinar that I have been, sharing with artists from around the world for the last couple of weeks. That's called How to Release Your Next Body of Work and Generate Online Sales. Now, maybe you have heard of it. Maybe you took the actual webinar and you watched it on video. So what I'm doing here is kind of taking only the audio part so that you can enjoy it too. It's a super good webinar. A lot of artists have been asking me about it. So I want to share with you the entire webinar here through audio form. So even if you watched it, I think it's going to be a good reminder on how to release your next body of work and generate online sales. This is the exact same strategy, step by step, behind the scenes, that I share on how I released a new body of work right in the middle of the pandemic and how I sold out in 48 hours. It was super cool. Maybe you saw it on social media as I did it. And I explained in this webinar all the steps back to back, how it all works together, how I put the post on social media, what do I say, how do I structure, the language, everything. I mean, it's super good. I pretty much give you full access to my strategy. And this is a strategy that I've been using quite a bit. So I know it works because it has worked for me more than once. So I'm sharing with you this webinar. If you want to check out, during the webinar, I talk about, how to dive in deeper, how to get more from this. You can go to the website, which of course, because you're not watching the video, you don't see the website on the screen. So I'm going to give it to you right now. Write it down. It's www.theartistnextlevel.com/join. Again, www.theartistnextlevel.com/join. Click there, go there after you watch the webinar so that we can continue helping you out in your art career. And I want to help you out make your next art sale. So check this webinar, listen to it, and make some good notes. And then, of course, apply it and release your own body of work. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be fast. I'm going to be straight to the point. I'm going to give you a lot of value, something that you can start using and doing right away as soon as you're done with today's session. So that's my goal. I want to make this time matter for you. So I ask if you have any distractions, kind of like pull away from those, maybe put your phone on silence, maybe sit on a couch where you can focus on all the information. It's going to be a lot of information that I'm going to be bringing in to you today because it is super important that you get all the details so that you can apply this. Because let me tell you, other artists that have been applying this framework has been working great for them. And that's why I decided to do this particular webinar, because I ran a very successful launch in the middle of the pandemic for the Artist Support Pledge. Maybe you saw that, what I did on social media, and all my collection of 12 works, small works on paper, sold for the pledge in 48 hours. And it was really cool, really amazing. I used a very specific strategy, which I'm going to teach you today. And then artists started to ask me, how did you do it? So I started telling and teaching other artists how to do it. And then, more people have been asking me, and I just don't have time to tell everyone. So I said, I'm going to make this free class, this free session where you can learn how to do it yourself as well, very successfully. Not only the pledge, but anytime that you want to release something out to your audience. So it's a great framework and something that's going to help you out a lot. So I'm sharing here my screen on my computer so that as we go along, you can see kind of what I want to show you. A quick introduction about myself. My name is Sergio Gomez. I'm a visual artist based here in the city of Chicago. Probably you have seen my work online in social media. I am also a curator for the Joby Art Center. I'm also gallery owner of 33 Contemporary Gallery. I have a podcast. It's called the Artist Next Level Podcast. Maybe you heard about this webinar through my podcast, so thank you for being here. My podcast has been around now for 4 years or so. I'm also host of the show Breakfast with Sergio, and also recently I did a whole series during the pandemic of artists in lockdown interviews with artists from around the world. I did about 45 interviews. Another, big part of me is 33 Contemporary Gallery. Maybe some of you know me because of the gallery. So 33 Contemporary Gallery has been around now for 15 years. Online sales have really saved our gallery, and have also, we have seen now, in June, an increase in sales. And when I'm not talking about a $200, $300 sale, we're talking about much larger sales, 5,000 and up, that are happening directly online from collectors internationally around the world. There are a lot of people out there, in the world that still have jobs, that actually have a substantial income, and they cancel their vacations. They cancel other things that they were going to do with friends. They are not going out and spending, $200-$300 a night on a dinner with friends, right? So now they have all this spending additional money. They are staying at home, and they're looking at their walls and say, well, maybe this is the right time to improve my home, right? So home improvement is up. Everything that has to do with home improvement sales going up. The core of the homes are up. So that includes art, right? People, as they look at their homes, what they want to improve, those who have, spending money right now are doing that, right? Because they're not spending it on vacations. They're not spending it on fancy trips. They're not spending it on nights out, because all that is closed or restricted. So, they're going and they say, well, we're going to spend more time at home. Might as well make it look amazing, right? So that puts us as artists in the right place to be in order to get in front of the audience and in order to provide, great value for them as well. So what I want to show you today is, how I came up with this framework, right? With this framework to really make a successful launch of a small works series or a body of work. This will work well, right, for anything that is a series of things. It doesn't work as good if it's a one of a kind, a one-time work. I mean, it could work, I guess, but it works a lot better if there is a number, a series of things. Could be a series of sculptures that you made, or a series of paintings that you created, or a series of something, a small body of work. It could be as little as 5 and as many as you want. And I have done this. This is not the first time, by the way. It's not my first rodeo. It's not the first time that I do this. I have been using similar framework for this, in many times for the last 7 years or so, since I started selling online as well. So, for example, every year I do a small works art sales challenge. Maybe some of you have been part of that. If you are part of my community of artists, right, you already perhaps have participated on that inside the Art Next Level Academy, which is also an academy that my wife and I founded, and we help artists succeed in their art career. We give them frameworks and tools that they can use to succeed in all aspects of their art career. Marketing, sales, branding, wellness, organization, productivity, exposure, all those things. And sales, of course, being one of them, which I'm talking about today. This framework that I have used before, it works. It works. It totally works. And it can work for you as well. And, a framework, I talk about it as a framework. A framework is pretty much a strategy, right? Think of it as a strategy that can take you from point A to point B successfully, right? Successfully, a point A to point B. It's a strategy. It's a framework. And I have also done all kinds of other frameworks. Maybe you have participated in some of them. I have a framework that's called How to Find Art Collectors. Maybe you have seen it. It's a pyramid in which I talk about the 3 areas of the pyramid. At the top, the art collector, the 1% market, and then the middle section, and then the lower section, which is the wider section, which is actually where this particular, strategy fits really well, because it's the strategy for works that you can provide at a great deal, right? Special offer. So I have created that How to Find Art Collectors framework that maybe you have seen if you are in my academy, or maybe the branding framework, which is a really cool framework, also using a triangular strategy, on the 3 aspects of a brand to create a brand that people see and remember, right? So if you haven't checked that out, make sure that you check it out. I'm going to tell you later on how you can also be part of my academy, because I have a really cool special offer to help you out further in your career. I have an art sales challenge as well. Not only that's not focused on small things, but any type of art, larger work as well. And it works really well. I take you, by the hand, week by week on this challenge to really help you improve and get really good at it. And of course, social media frameworks that I have done as well. So all these kind of frameworks and strategies that I have talked about for the last 4 years, and I've been continue creating and so on. When the pandemic came, I was like, really, well, I want to do something about it. I want to continue selling art even through this. So how can I adjust my framework to make it work? How can I adjust my framework to really make this work? I decided to use the Artist Support Pledge, as a way to grab people's attention, because people had been seeing that things, and maybe they already were looking like, oh, I wonder what that is. So let's go to that. So what I did is I decided to do, okay, I'm going to create in my studio 12 works on paper, and I'm going to do a series of original works. I'm going to price them, just as the pledge says, at $200. And normally, I don't sell my work that low on that size. This is 11 by 17. I don't have any to show you because they all sold out, but because normally that's not my price point. However, because of the pledge, because of what's happening, I said this is going to be a great opportunity for people to participate with me in what I'm doing. So the first post that I did was on May 2nd. Okay, May 2nd. So keep track of the timing. I didn't go ahead and put my first post out there of the pledge. I actually started to grab attention first, and going for the emotion, create anticipation. So I said, my first post this Monday. This post was on, I think it was on a Friday or Saturday, something like that. I said, this Monday, I will release a new series of small works on paper for the Artist Support Pledge. This series of 12 works is called Intermission. So I already had a title for that. They will be priced at $200 each to fit with the parameters of the Artist Support Pledge. So I'm already saying what the Artist Support Pledge is about. I see a lot of artists who are part of the pledge and don't explain a thing on how it works. So you gotta tell them exactly what that is. With every $1,000 sold, I pledge to buy another artist's work at $200. This price point is a one-time deal only for this pledge, since I promised to participate and wanted to do something special. See, so here's I'm saying I'm on this all in. I'm all in. I promised I was gonna be part of it, so I'm accomplishing my promise. Regular price of this is $400. Right? So after I said, I have all my heart into it, and I said, okay, now let's appeal to the logic. So regular price of this is $400. If you have been looking at my work, this perhaps is the only opportunity ever to get an original work for the price of a print, and that is true. Keep an eye on the release Monday. I only made 12 of these. So you see, I started creating anticipation. And this anticipation, I'm already using all these 4 parts, right? The attention. It's a beautiful image, detail. You don't see exactly what I'm making, but you see that I'm making something by hand. It's not a print. I'm touching it, had the charcoal. My hands are dirty. It's a beautiful photograph I took with my phone. And then I'm grabbing their attention. I'm appealing to their emotions, saying, I'm all this together. This is a great opportunity that And then I'm also giving them the logic, right? Well, here's the logic. This is part of a pledge. This is you're going to not only help me, but you're going to help others. And also, it's value at $400, but you can have it at half the price. How awesome is that? And then a sense of urgency. This is going to release Monday, and then we'll see what happens, right? We'll see what happens, because I only made 12 of these. So that's the sense of urgency, right? There's a scarcity. In other words, there are only 12. That's it. When they're over, they're over. I'm not going to keep making more. I could keep making more and selling more, but I made a pledge to only do these 12 at that price point. So that was the first one. Had really great comments. People started to get excited. I began to get also some messages about it. And that was the first post. And then the second post. So notice again how I transition from post 1, which is the detail, post number 2. This is still pre-sales, okay? This is pre-sales. This is on Sunday, so right before, the day before release. I said, one day before the release of my newest series titled Intermission, I made this series for the Artist Support Pledge. The pledge consists on pricing each work at no more than $200 and pledging to purchase another artist's work with every 1,000 sold. This way helps multiple artists. I normally would not sell these 11 by 14 inch original painted works on paper for $200. Notice that now I give a little more information. Now I give the size. You can actually see the full size now. Notice that in the previous post I didn't say the size. Now I do. So I'm giving you a little more information. Now, why would I explain about what the pledge is if I already said in the previous post? Because people don't read all the time, or I'm sure many of them miss my first post. So I gotta explain it in every single post, but with different words. But given I promised to participate, I went all out and put all my heart and soul in these beautiful works. Right now I'm appealing to the emotion. This is not something I did quickly. This is not leftover works that were in my studio, which I've seen some artists in the pledge doing. No wonder they're not having good result. They're not excited. They're not appealing to the heart of the person on the other side. I'm saying I put all my heart on this. I put all my effort on making these amazing works available for you. This is a unique opportunity. Now I'm going to the intellect, right? Unique opportunity to purchase an original work of mine for the price of one of my prints. I mean, that's great value, right? When they are gone, they're gone. I posted about this series yesterday, and I already pre-sold 4 of them. So that is totally true, and I'll tell you how that happened. I already pre-sold 4 of them. If you would like to get your hands in one of these early, okay, so notice this, now here I'm adding the urgency. If you want to get in one of these right now, you don't have to wait till Monday, then tomorrow, you can right now. This is what you have to do. So now here are the instructions, okay? Message me directly and ask for a private link. I accept PayPal payments only for pre-sale. Otherwise, wait for the official release on Monday to start seeing the series in all my social medias and on artsy.net. Happy Sunday. So, what I did, because people already started asking in the previous post, right? Now this is May 3rd, in the previous post. So what I'm doing here is I went online and I created a private link. I put all my works with a private link, right? And then if somebody inquired or asked about it, say, hey, no problem. I'm gonna give you a preview. And all the works is one title, Intermission series, and there are just numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's super easy. And I would say in the messenger, I would say, hey, here's a link. Let me know which one do you like and send me your email, and I will send you an invoice so you can get it right away, which is pretty awesome. That's it, right? So it was a PayPal invoice. So if you were interested in one of these, you would receive that link. You will look for it. You could look at it. Maybe you like number 5. Say, hey, I like number 5. So here's my email. I would then go to PayPal and then generate an invoice, which you can do totally free on PayPal, and send it to them. And then all they have to do is just click pay now and make the purchase. So on that first day, when I talk about the the support pledge I was doing, I sold 4. Then I said this one, and on this one I actually gave instructions. Notice in the first one I didn't say anything. On this one I did, right? Because now people saw that I sold 4, so they're like, so that means, could I actually get one? Can I take a look, right? I'm creating a sense of also mystery, like, oh, I wish I could see them. And if you notice, I'm not showing 100% the artwork in the picture. My hand is covering the main part of that particular work, so people want to see it. Either if they buy or not, doesn't matter, right? But they want to see it. So they request the link, I give them the instructions, and then they can go. So that's that post, the night before. The first day of the series being released to the public, I went to all my social medias, and this is what I did. I put my artwork on a frame. This is an app. This is not a real frame. I took the Wall Art app. There are many apps. I have one on my phone. I think it's called Wall Art, and you can pick a frame. I put a frame and a mat on it, and and so it looks really nice, so people can imagine, right? Again, I'm appealing to the heart. If you just put the artwork itself, it doesn't create the same emotion. See, that's the artwork. I think it's a beautiful piece. However, it doesn't have the same emotion as if you show how it will actually look. Oops, I'm in the wrong one. Here we go. How it will actually look, right, for them. So this is how it will look. You swipe right, and then you see the artwork in detail so that they can get close to it. And then the artist support pledge participation, so they have probably seen this before, so they know I'm participating in that. And then I did a actual graphic that explains what it is with my signature on it, super personalized, right? And you can do this in Canva or Photoshop. So let's take a look at this artwork. At the caption on this post. I said, sold, red dot, emoji, again, always attention, trying to grab the attention. Sold, and all in caps. Everywhere, anytime you see something sold, you want to see what that is. Tell me if it's not true, right? So sold. And then I said, very short caption. Intermission Series 1 of the support pledge has sold. 11 by 14 inches, acrylic on paper, sign, front and back. Notice that now I'm giving a little bit more information, right? Sign, front and back. I didn't say that before. Sold on frame. I give more information. For only $200 as part of the pledge. Original price is $400. This series of 12 different works is a unique opportunity to add one of my original works for a limited time and only price. This one is no longer available. It's like, oh shoot, the desire, the urgency. I cannot have that one anymore, right? Keep an eye for more release every day. Swipe right for details. So that is first day of release. So people could already go to my profile link and see them and start looking at them and buy on that day, right? But notice the language, right? Again, I'm grabbing their attention. I'm looking for the emotional context, adding the logic of the price point, and creating an urgency. You like this? Well, sorry, you cannot have it, right? But there are more. Go check out the others because the other, others have seen that. And those are the things that you have to learn to do in order to create sales. That's why when you put an artwork and you just post it and you just say, title medium size, it doesn't appeal to anything, right? In terms of the emotional, right? People just look at it like, oh, it looks great, and they just keep scrolling. You might think, well, people don't read. They do. And I'm showing you, proof of that. People actually do read the details if you spend the time to give them something interesting, right? And, this is part of the kind of the psychological aspects of marketing that makes total sense, that are so you can do it naturally. As you see, I'm doing very naturally in the way I'm speaking. I'm not using, kind of weird language. I'm just saying, hey, I'm super excited about this. Look at, I have this one available, but actually just sold, oops, I'm using normal language, and those are exactly the psychological frameworks that we teach inside our Next Level Academy, right? Where my community of artists can learn these things. I don't call them tricks. I just call them strategies, right? You learn these things that will help you and will give you better success. And artists who have tried this in my community, they have seen results. One of the great stories that I have about this psychological aspect of the way you present your work is one artist. His name is Bo, great artist. He's been in our community for over a year or so. And when he came to us, he was learning how to sell art online. So he signed up for my art sales challenge and then the small works challenge. And so he very quickly learned that how you present the work matters a lot. And he started to show up in his work and showing more of himself and more of his personality. And he began to sell more art. And actually, I remember very well, the first week that he was in our program in the challenge, he sold like 2 or 3 pieces. He was so excited, on how they were being received online. And all those things matter, my friend. All those things matter. You have to learn how to do it. And that's exactly the things that I can help you with in my academy, so you can learn these things, right, through all these frameworks that I have created, based on my experience as a gallerist, an artist, a curator, and everything that I do, marketing of my own work. So let's move on to the next one. Next post, really quickly here. Now on this one, notice that it says sold, but when I posted it, this work was not sold yet. I went back, and as soon as that one sold, I went back to the post, edited, and added the sold part on the top. Okay, very important. So I said intermission series number 3, made especially for the support pledge, just released now. 1 of 12 acrylic on paper works created for the pledge. With every 1,000 sold of this series, I pledge to purchase 200 on art from another artist. Now look at, I put like 2 little fireworks there, right? Meaning attention. Again, attention is super important. 8 works have already sold on the series, and the series is going strong on its first day out of the release. This one is only 1 of 4 still available, because remember there are only 12. So there were only 4 left, right? So again, creating a sense of urgency. Message me if you want to have it in your home in a few days for only 200. Shipping during this pledge, plus shipping during this pledge. Regular price for 100, sold on frame and shipped in envelope worldwide. So in fact, I actually, out of the 12, 3 went to other countries outside of the United States. And then here's the next one. Sales update. Day 2 of the release of the intermission series, which supports the Artist Support Pledge. I am overwhelmed with gratitude. 9 out of 12 original works on paper were already sold by the end of the first day of release. So on Monday, most of them were sold. I have only 3 left, all in caps. Attention, right? Maybe you saw my post yesterday and were wondering if you should jump in and grab one of these works. So notice now I'm going for the emotion, right? 9 other people did, and pretty soon you will lose the opportunity to get one of my special intermission series hanging in your home or office if you don't act soon. Very straightforward. That's a little salesy, but it works, right? And it's true. Say, hey, this is all that is left. And notice that I use a post where you can see all 12, and I put a red dot on the ones that are sold. You can see the ones that are available. And this could be hanging in your house, just like the other, 9 people that already purchased theirs. Then I talk about the next paragraph. Each work is painted with acrylic, just kind of the same information before. Certificate of authenticity included, which notice that I didn't mention that before. Again, adding more information. In my deepest gratitude. Plus, you get added to my VIP list of collectors for sale now during the pledge at only 200, regular price for 100. Boom, fireworks, right? Very important. See how I grab the attention, give the information, put the emotional part of it, logic, and sense of urgency. And then it's done. And the last post of the pledge, which I didn't even have time to keep posting more artworks. I only had to post 2 of them, and they sold really quickly. So the last post is the sold out post. And that, my friend, is where you want to get to, right? That's where you want to get to. And that's the want to keep, working with artists on. That's where you want to get. Officially sold out. Red dot, all caps, attention. I took the graphic, put sold out. Officially sold out. Please read. Okay, this is very important, right? Even though everything was sold out, I still wanted to bring that emotional part to the people on the other side who were following me. So please read. Like I'm pleading you, read this. My deepest and most sincere thank you for your support. Thank you for buying, sharing, liking, and commenting on my intermission series for this artist support play. So I thank everyone, even if they just click a link, a like, that's fine. I thank them. The series of the artwork sold in 48 hours since release, and I am so humbled by your support. It means a lot to me. This series I committed to create in support of what I thought was a great initiative by artist Matthew Burrows of the UK, who came up with this clever idea of helping artists sell during COVID-19 by the generosity of the art community. When I interviewed him for my show of artists around the world in lockdown episode number 14, I promised to all viewers I was going to participate. I put all my heart and soul in this series. I did not want to do a quick thing, but to really give massive value to the buyers with an amazing piece they would enjoy forever at half the price they would normally be able to get it. They sold out at $200 each, regular $400, to fit the pledge. I am now ready to put $480 plus more towards the purchase of other artists' work in the pledge. So exciting. So again, now I'm showing transparency. Say, okay, this is how much I raised, this is how much I'm going to give back, right? Artists are hard hit in this pandemic. Do me a big favor, please go to Instagram and follow the hashtag Artist Support Pledge and buy art from other artists. If you have income right now, many artists are really struggling. Buy art, buy art, buy art, buy art. There are artists selling at all price points in the pledge, from $200 down to very affordable prices. Even before I did my pledge, I have been buying art to help out. Can you do that for me? Buy art from other artists in the pledge. It will mean the world to me if you do that today. If you want to see what art I buy as a result of my pledge, follow me on Instagram. So I'm here giving a really thankful spirit, comment on my post, so that I'm not bragging, which it would have been really easy to come here and say, hey, I did it, and really brag about it. No, instead I turn the celebration into a tone of gratitude and pleading others to do the same what they did for me, right? If you go and buy art from others, pleading them to, this is not about me, it's about the community. And it just shows transparency, it shows that you care. And guess what? Now I have more people who want my work because of what I did for the pledge, right? And how I handled it. My friend, what I wanted to share with you and invite you to give that a try and, modify this framework to make it fit for your next release. And I would love to help you out. I would love to, the opportunity to work with you and help you out as you go through that transition, where you can, put a post and say, Sergio, does this make sense? Sergio, do you think, or how do I do this emotional part, right? What is the framework that I need for my brand, or, whatever it is that you need to be able to get to that point. Because again, art is selling right now, and you just have to learn how to do it right. Now, sometimes artists say, well, Sergio, it's easy for you because you had a huge audience. Yes, but remember, I'm only selling 12. I only needed 12 buyers. I didn't need the 10,000 buyers. I didn't have 10,000 paintings. I only needed 12 buyers at $200 each, right? That's all. So, I think everybody can look at a series of small works that you can test this out. And that's the purpose of this particular lesson, is for you to help you and encourage you to test it out yourself. Use my framework, test it out yourself with something small series. Once you learn that, right, is the small goals, then you learn how to sell the bigger pieces, because that takes a different framework. It takes different knowledge. It doesn't work the same, for a $200 work versus a $2,000 or a $20,000, right? There's different works, different frameworks, different different ways, different things that you gotta do in order to be able to create those sales. So that's exactly what I do. And something that I'm doing right now, which is super cool, and it's a super amazing offer that I want to give you right now, which I've never done before, is I want to put together all my frameworks for you in almost like a recipe, right? A recipe, a sheet where you can go through these different frameworks that will help you out. Now you have this one, right, of that you can use for the small works or for your small series or for the pledge if you want to do the pledge or whatever. You have this mini framework. But I have others. I have the framework of how to find art collectors. I have a framework for branding, which is amazing and super good. How to position yourself in a way that people see you and remember you. I also have the Art Sales Full Challenge. I have a Art Sales for Small Works Challenge too, and a social media framework as well. So I want to put all those frameworks so that you can have them. And I'm doing this through the Art Next Level Academy Accelerator program. Maybe you have heard of it. It is like the latest thing that I'm doing right now to help artists as we go through the pandemic and through how the world is changing. The Accelerator program is a coaching program to help artists like you, experience clarity, confidence, and learn the strategies you need to drive better results faster than you thought possible in your art business, faster. And I wish I could have time to tell you all the stories of artists who have done this and are working with us right now. But here's one, very recent one from Haiti, one of the artists in our community. She says, to say Sergio Gomez Methods work is an understatement. My primary goal this year has been to learn how to effectively sell online in a way that's fun, right? That's exactly what I explained today, and leverages my best skills. So I've been busy promoting and working the process of a small work sale. Tomorrow is the release date during my 11 Instagram and 12 noon Facebook live sales Pacific time. I sent an advance email at 5 a.m. to my VIP list this morning. By 10 a.m., 7 of the 13 pieces were sold, plus another off my website, plus 2 commissions. Thank you, Sergio. We love you. And that's a pretty awesome, comment from Haiti, who try my framework, also accompanied with the email ideas that I give inside my academy to my community. So it was a whole combination, whole combo, right? Sending, sharing it in social media, and then behind the scenes also sending the same offer to your email list so that they had access to the same work. So you distribute it to all your channels, social media, email, and give them the opportunity. Now let loose the horse, let it run wild, right? And she had an amazing success rate on hers, and she's just one of many. If you want to check them out, you can just go to our website, which there will be a link under this video, and see all the amazing testimonials that we have from artists, who have worked and are working with us. But the big offer that we have right now, which is super cool, is one, I'm gonna give you a list, a quick sheet with links to my frameworks inside my academy. And I'm going to give you 25% off the first month. It's a super special offer when you use the code SUMMER20. So the Accelerator program, to be part of my community where I help you out, I answer all your questions, I teach you, I help you, I give you support. You get to work with artists from over 20 different countries inside of our Facebook group. And then inside of our private website, you have access to all my resources and my courses. And every week I launch a new topic right now for this summer to help artists as we're going through this pandemic with what's working right now. But to be part of the program, which already is, priced at a price point that most artists, they say, Sergio, this price point is super good. Why is it not more expensive with everything that you have inside? Other courses and other programs are very expensive. Well, because my goal is to teach artists, to help artists. I already have a business. I have a gallery. I'm selling my own art as well. But the Art Next Level Academy is a way to help artists, right? Help artists succeed as well. I'm not trying to get rich out of that, and that's why it's so affordable. The Art Next Level Academy, it is a membership site. So in other words, you pay by the month, and right now the rate is $57 per month. But with this special deal, you get 25% off your first month. That means the first month when you sign up, it's not going to charge you 57, it's going to charge you 25% off, so it'll be 40 something. And then after the first month, then it will automatically charge you the $57 every month, as long as you want to remain a member. In other words, you can cancel at any time. There's no question asked. In our member website, which actually I have it right here, this is our member website. You will have access to it. You go to the frequently asked questions button, and here it is. How can I cancel my membership? It tells you exactly where to click to cancel it. Super easy. You don't have to call me, email me, or feel bad about it. None of that. And it gives you full access to this, and you have access to everything that we do in the academy to help you out. Once a week, I go live with my wife, also on Dr. Yaina Gomez. She's a psychologist, and we help you out. Any questions that you have, you post them, we answer them through video or through text if you post it as a text, which is great. Right now, we're doing this accelerator coaching program, which is right here. How to sell art online post-COVID-19, web-based sales. A super amazing video, this one, on how to sell art online with web, with your website. Things that you should be looking at in terms of your website. Great video. Also, great platforms there that I talk about as well. Then Instagram, what is working right now, what are the strategies that you should be working, connecting with galleries, institutions, and curators. Another really good one. Again, these are new ones, and every week I'm adding a new topic that is relevant to right now. That's the Accelerator Coaching Program. But besides that, you have access to all my other challenges. You get my challenges from my studio to the world challenge. You get my challenge for Art Business Growth Challenge. If you're really trying to grow your art business, you get a whole challenge for that. Besides that, you get access to my art career roadmaps. We have a roadmap for emerging artists, mid-career and established artists, marketing and sales, exposure, productivity and organization, wellness, tech support, artist resources and opportunities like shipping and printing, businesses, and more. You'll find all those right here. So it's great support that we provide inside the Art Next Level Academy. And all you have to do, my friend, is just click on the button that's under this video to register today. And again, the big offer that I have right now, which is not going to last for long, is this offer, right? Because I really want to help you out, because I really look forward to working with you. I really enjoy it. It's something that it just makes me happy when artists like Heidi and many others share in our community. I sold another work, or I pre-sold 3, or I got a new commission. I love those messages. It just makes me so happy to see the success of others. And I would love to see your success as well. And to join and to be part of what we're doing, to join our community, be part of this amazing community of artists and work with us, all you gotta do is just click on that button, sign in, get the 25% off. I'm gonna send you an email also to give you, this quick sheet with all the frameworks. A great way to start, to get your mind set in the right place. You can start putting your ideas together, and then you can ask me whether anything you want inside our community. I will help you out to get you moving in the right direction. Let's put it this way. If you join the academy and you sell one work, just one work, at $100, which is a really easy sale, you already paid for just about your first 2 months of the academy. That's incredible, right? For $100 sale, you already paid for the 2 months of the academy. If you sell 1,000, for example, well, you already paid for a whole year and more, So that's how accessible this program is, because we are committed to help artists, particularly in this time of the pandemic. And know that whenever you join the academy, the price that you pay when you join is the same price that you're going to keep forever. In other words, as we raise prices, as long as you are a member of the academy, at whatever price you came in, you always pay the same. So if right now it's 57, let's say in September it goes up to 67, you'll still pay 57 as long as you stay a member. So that's one of the benefits. It's a way to say thank you for being part of our community. So I invite you, my friend, I invite you to work with me, work with my wife, Dr. Janina, work with this amazing community of support. So we support each other, we help each other out every day, which, by the way, we'll also be doing studio visits through video, which is pretty cool. You can be part of that as well. And now you can work with us and prepare your next release, and you don't have to do it alone trying to figure it out yourself, because I can be there to help you out as well. So it's an amazing opportunity, one of a kind. Hope you take it. I hope that you really consider doing this. So my friend, I invite you to review all the details. Just click on the link under this video. We have a section for frequently asked questions that you may have, and let me teach you, my friend, how to successfully promote and sell your art online. You can do it. I did it. You can do it as well, and it will be my honor and my pleasure to work with you starting today.
Check out our website at www.theartistnextlevel.com, where you will find our podcast library, learn about our upcoming webinars, find resources relevant to your career, and much more. Thanks for listening to today's podcast, and we'll see you at the next level.